Good morning, YouTube. It's a good morning here, just because I have reasons to be optimistic, and we'll find out. I'm going to try not to borrow trouble, but I had to put my bald donut spare back on. Look at that. At least it's holding air right, because we missed the bus, but just barely. So as I was catching it on the road, I caught a rock instead. Look at that. Woo-wee. What's bad is that was like on a spot that was already slightly damaged, because I had this tire has been going flat every few days. It's just not seating properly on this rim. Anyways, the tire should be fine. It literally caught the rim on that rock, but that rock was underneath leaves on the side of the road. It was completely invisible, and kabam! I'm like, ouch! Anyways, so I got to deal with that later in the day, but the tire's still good. So there's that, right? I mean, that's just $70 tires, so I bet the tire shop would swap it over cheap for me, the Mexican tire place. All right. So, anyways, a friend asked me to come up with like top 3 things that I could use from them, and just coming up on answering a whim. I'm going to discuss this because. So first off, I need to save my home from foreclosure. Like, that's the immediate financial need. That should be, if all things were good to go, if I was healthy, and then obviously that's my immediate concern. My problem is I haven't been healthy, and I haven't been able to figure out what would be sustainable. So it's not just the immediate concern, but then how do I go forward from there? And how do you get help? How do you even start to get help from people if it's just going to be open-ended like that? Where literally you're left with just begging. Like, that's just not, no. If there's not a sustainable path to be here, I don't need the community shouldn't have to step up and pay for me to be here unsustainably. But how can I get some help or whatever? I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out, right? So I have some breakthroughs. I was able to get this steroid pack that's been very helpful right off the rip. But how much of that help is while it's active, and how much of it is actually something being put into remission? I don't know. I have no idea. So this literally might be just a handful of days. That's a break, just to go right back to whatever. But with a positive response to stuff, maybe my doctor can help me navigate something to get those improvements in a reasonable way for the time being. I don't know. But anyways, I just have to assume that somehow we're on the right track to, within a month or so, maybe having some answers or something sustainable, something to get me to where I can do something sustainable. So that said, that puts fighting the foreclosure back on the table as an immediate step, because I do believe, I have reason to hope that within a month or so, I should have some information to figure out something sustainable. In any case, obviously, even if I can't sustainably stay in the home long term, I need an opportunity to exit more appropriately. So if the sustainability may just be the ability to sustainably figure out a plan B and move out and do that. I should have substantial equity in the house if I could actually sell it. And even more so if I could find a way to finance the repairs and stuff it could use, and because I can do the work myself. Presumably, dang. Ordinarily, I could. I still can do some of it. I just don't know what, Anyways, see, it just sucks. It sucks to not be able to count on myself. All right. But then the other thing for the friend is like, they can help me with the GoFundMe or stuff like that. The more immediate answer for them, again, part of the foreclosure thing, maybe help me find some other side jobs, spread the word for, or something like that. Just where I can get some work and stuff that already takes into account the struggles I'm having for as long as I have them, So this turned into a rambling mess. It was kind of an organized thing, basically. Um, but the first thing that I needed from them is just for them to be a legit friend. Like they've already been, and I'm not asking for blood's thicker than water type friend. I don't want somebody to join me in any kind of hypocrisy. I don't want a blind endorsement no matter what I'm really up to. I don't want any of that. I just want a friend that'll be legit with me for who I am, who they know me to be, my fruit, what we actually are friends for, stuff like that. In other words, just don't throw me under the bus for convenience ever. If something has changed between us, communicate it. Let me know what's going on or whatever. Or just at least, but don't just sell me out for nothing, because that's what my whole family has done, and apparently anybody I've considered a friend to this point, in my time of need, I've not had any friends, not in a worthwhile manner. So I need that going forward, and then the final thing that I came up with is just this. Well, my content, I obviously don't have a lot of optimism for the state of America and the American people, but there's no reason why little podunk Locust Grove, Oklahoma can't be exceptional. There's no reason why your community can't be exceptional either. And so, like I told my friend, like if we could actually form some kind of family-friendly social life around here to just try to get people to be neighbors, not selfish opponents like the American people are raised to be united. Let all bygones be bygones. We're not there to debate or win anybody over to anything. We're there to gather and just be neighbors who are in this life together. How about that? Let's try to build something that's as legit as that. So, anyways, this is all a little bit rambly, but yeah, this even talking to an individual, I still have a big picture in mind as well, and it was just good things. And that's really what I'm about too. Like, you think I'm out here because I'm trying to show off? So I wanted a place that was completely private so I could show off and have everybody jealous of me or whatever. I mean, now I'm putting stuff on YouTube, but not when it was something I could have possibly made people more jealous about. I wasn't on there for them. But no, like I'm legitimately all about things being legit. I'm all about a quality of life that you don't have to worry about whether or not you'll get enough overtime to keep. But tough times, lean times, good times, it doesn't matter. Your life is not dependent on the economy. That's the kind of life I like to lead and build and would like to teach other people to have too. It shouldn't be about the economy, stupid. It should be about loving your neighbors and treating them the way you want to be treated. And when we do that as a community, guess what? It'll come back around to everybody. See how much better real Christianity would be compared to this organized religion that has been worthless all throughout America's existence? Have a good day, folks. Catch you on the next one.